Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Atlanta, FALCONS. Let's get to the news. As we gear up for the 2025 NFL season, the excitement is palpable across the league, and no team embodies that anticipation more than the Atlanta Falcons. This team, under the guidance of head coach Arthur Smith and general manager Terry Fontenot, has been steadily building a roster geared towards making a serious playoff push. Fans have been waiting for the moment when this franchise can finally break through and contend at the highest level, and the offseason has been ripe with rumors, strategic moves, and bold predictions that could reshape their fortunes. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Falcons' outlook for this season revolves around their offensive firepower. Michael Penix Jr., in his first full season as the starting quarterback, has shown flashes of brilliance, and the team has assembled a capable group of weapons to support him. Drake London, with his size and athleticism, combined with Kyle Pitts, one of the most talented tight ends in the league, and Bijan Robinson, the dynamic rookie running back, form a core that can truly threaten defenses. But if there's one thing that could elevate this offense to new heights, it's a game-changing addition at wide receiver. And that's exactly what some NFL insiders are buzzing about, an audacious trade idea that could shake up the NFC South. Imagine this: Tyreek Hill, the 8-time Pro Bowler, potentially making his way to Atlanta. Yes, Hill, who has been one of the most explosive wideouts in the league over the past 5 seasons. The rumor, stirred by Bleacher Report's Moe Moton, suggests the Falcons could trade Darnell Mooney and a 2026 third-round pick to the Miami Dolphins to land the speedster. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like the stuff of dreams. But when you analyze the potential impact, it's hard not to get excited. Hill, who has surpassed 0 yards in 4 of the last 5 seasons, remains a near-unstoppable force when healthy. Even at 31, his speed and ability to stretch defenses are still elite, and pairing him with Drake London and Kyle Pitts would create a nightmare scenario for any defensive coordinator. Think about how much this would open up the field for Penix Jr. It's not just about adding a deep threat. It's about transforming the entire offense into a matchup nightmare. Hill's ability to create explosive plays on his own, combined with London's size and Pitt's versatility, would give Atlanta arguably the most dangerous receiving core in the NFC South, perhaps even in the entire NFC. For the Falcons, this move could be the missing piece that takes their offense from good to unstoppable. But of course, there's more to this story than just the potential benefits. Tyreek Hill's recent performance stats show some signs of decline. In 2024, he totaled 959 receiving yards, which is his lowest since 2019, when he missed 4 games. His 6 touchdowns tied his career low, and there's a sense that age and injuries might be catching up with him a little. Furthermore, Hill has been quite vocal about his frustrations with his contract situation in Miami, even requesting a trade earlier this offseason. The relationship with the Dolphins has become a bit strained, and with Waddle waiting in the wings as a potential WR1, maybe Miami is already planning for the future and considering moving Hill. This possibility opens the door for the Falcons to swoop in. If the Dolphins decide to retool and move on from Hill, Atlanta could be the perfect landing spot. For the Falcons, acquiring Hill would be a bold statement, an all-in move that signals they're serious about competing now. It would also be the biggest trade since they acquired Julio Jones back in 2011, and it's exactly the kind of move that could elevate Atlanta's status in the NFC. Hill, despite not being the same game-breaker he was with Kansas City, still possesses enough speed to terrify defenses and create mismatches. His presence would force defenses to commit extra resources, opening up opportunities for London, Pitts, and Robinson to thrive. Now, let's not forget about Darnell Mooney. Last season, he put up 992 receiving yards, the second highest of his career, which shows he's a solid contributor. But he's been battling a shoulder injury all summer, only returning to practice late last week. If Miami moves on from Hill, Mooney could see an increased role, but he's still a player whose health is a concern. The Dolphins are clearly in a transition phase, and with Hill entering a contract year, they might prefer to cash in while his value remains high, especially with Waddle waiting in the wings to step up as the primary receiver. For Atlanta, making a move like this would send a clear message. Hey, we're here to compete, and we're not afraid to make bold decisions to do it. It's a statement of intent, a signal that the Falcons are willing to swing for the fences to set up their quarterback for success. This kind of strategic move could be exactly what Terry Fontenot needs to stabilize his roster and give Penix Jr. the weapons he needs to succeed at the highest level. And let's talk a little about the NFC South as a whole. It's shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in recent years, with teams like Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and Carolina all looking to make their mark. The Falcons have been quietly building, drafting well, and now possibly making a splash with a trade for a superstar like Hill. It could tilt the balance of power and create a new dynamic in the division, where Atlanta suddenly becomes a true contender in the NFC. Of course, there are risks involved. Trading for a player like Hill isn't without its uncertainties. His recent decline, injury concerns, and contract situation all add layers of complexity. But the Falcons' management has shown before that they're willing to take calculated risks to improve the team. And in a league where a single playmaker can change everything, Hill's speed and playmaking ability could be the difference between a good season and a great one. This season promises to be captivating for Falcons fans. The excitement around Penix Jr., the potential of new weapons, and the possibility of making a bold trade to bring in a player like Hill all contribute to the buzz. It's a period of optimism, strategy, and high-stakes moves. The team's future could hinge on decisions made in the coming weeks, and fans are eager to see whether their front office will pull the trigger on such a game-changing trade. So, as we look ahead to the upcoming season, remember that the Atlanta Falcons are not just playing for a playoff spot. They're playing to redefine themselves and their division. That's what makes this offseason so intriguing. Will they go all in to bring Tyreek Hill into the fold? Could this be the move that propels them into serious NFC contention? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. The Falcons are definitely making noise, and the 2025 season might just be the start of something special. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all of this? Do you believe a trade for Tyreek Hill would be the game changer that Atlanta needs? Or do you think the risk outweighs the reward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Remember, this is a team that's constantly evolving and your voice helps shape the conversation. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest Atlanta Falcons news. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this Falcons family growing stronger. The upcoming season promises to be unforgettable, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Thanks for watching, and let's go Falcons!